Yo, oh my God. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk Bougie. It's Saturday. Let me Okay, sorry. I had the audio on in two places and I just started hearing myself. My God. I was trying to make myself some iced tea real quick. Oh my God. Wow. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Yes. Look, it was crazy because it's stuff that we've heard. It was the calling Erica King his business partner. Even though he called her his business partner on his Instagram, he could have said Dominique was doing his Instagram. It was Dominique, you're in a few many too many places, ma'am. I don't know if you guys watched or listened to this call. It was a call where Nesto talked to Dre. Um, and it's one where they were talking about like his son. They were talking about Dominique in California. Dominique had broken up with her husband. I just shared it on my community wall. Like Dominique has been everywhere. If someone is going to come out the bushes that's going to show up at the courthouse, I Dominique is going to be called. Dominique's name is on everything. Dominique is like a star witness. If Nesto doesn't get a hold, because Dre said he talks to Dominique. So Dre is in contact with Dominique. Then again, we have them acknowledging what is on the affidavit, where it talks about Josh Jones and how they trace back Josh Jones to the fake firm of Jones and Jones, and that's Lamont. Like, it was him low key, almost like, yeah, 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 yeah. I got this all figured out. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, I'm gonna let y'all call in because honestly, I feel like I need like tonight to process it and we can talk about it bit by bit. But that was like what, an hour and a half? Like it was an hour and a half call. What was it? I don't even remember. What time didn't it start at? It started at 7 o'clock. That was an hour and a half. That was four calls. We'll be here till midnight. I feel dizzy. Please like and comment. We might be able to do like one. Do you guys want to let's see, the PFC call. It was a lot. It's very much to process. And then I was so distracted. There was someone named Fran in the chat. I was like, oh, okay, Fran. You never see many Frans out there, and I'm really not a Fran. You guys know my name's Francoise, but for some reason on these YouTube streets, y'all call me Fran, and that's fine. But yeah, it was a little bit of like an identity crisis for a second. I was like, "There's someone in the chat named Fran. Hey, Fran girl." Anyway, but that was interesting. Gosh, it's like, where do we start? So while they were talking, and we've gone over a couple of these, we've gone over both of those affidavits. I know Pam has gone over those affidavits. Sylvia has. I'm sure Nyla has. We've gone over these before, but hearing them go over them was a treat. It was absolutely a treat. Just to hear, just a second, please. Give me just a second. For me, right? Okay. Just to hear them go over the paperwork was like such a treat because, like, I don't know, that is something. I mean, I would imagine that that type of a phone call is something that you would go over with your attorney's paralegal, maybe some sort of legal assistant that works for the firm where it's protected under attorney client privilege or something like that. The fact that he went through it with a dim-witted dingbat, dodo bird, silly woman is beyond me. And if I didn't know better, I wouldn't know if she was there to help him implicate himself, or is she actually there to help him? Because towards the end, um, I mean, he admitted that Erica King and he did business. He never would say he didn't know anything about the house. He would just say he just doesn't know those people. Well, okay, you don't know them, but that doesn't mean that you're still not copping for the fact that that house had your names on it. It had Sheridan's name on it, and you know it had Sheridan's name on it because you're mad at her for that reason. So when you keep saying you don't know who Mark is, you know who Sheridan is. Why is your stepdaughter's name on a home next door to Candy, aka Erica, who you admit is your business partner? Your stepdaughter's name is on that lease. When we know for a fact, based on what the landlord said, y'all never came to lease the property. It was Candy and Dominique. It was Candy and Dominique. Okay. That's who came and helped with everything. Dominique is doing this. Dominique is doing social media. I'll have Dominique come run you a check. Where is Dominique? Where's Dominique? That's what I want to know. Where's Dominique? Dominique knows a little. If Dominique knows a little, Dominique knows a lot. Dominique seems to be the key. Dominique might be the plug. This is very interesting to me. And the call with Dre talking about Dominique, it sounds like Dominique is now in California, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But I'm starting to think old girl might be the teacher. Old girl called old girl in California and told her everything. I'm wondering because Josh Jones, okay, walk with me here. Listen, Josh Jones, aka Earl Lamont, called Miss Gretchen and told her, talked to her about what we don't know. It was said that Josh Jones called, the number was traced back to Earl Lamont. They never went in the narrative what happened in the conversation. But she had dealings with Dominique because Dominique was involved in everything, right? Dominique is supposed to do this. Dominique is supposed to bring a check. Dominique is supposed to work on your social media. Dominique. And she's looking for Nesto. So I don't know. I don't know if she's old girl who called old girl, which could be Dominique, because Dominique's in California, and told her everything about what has happened, or that you are sitting in jail. And maybe that's how Dominique knew that you were in jail. And that's why she got a hold of Dre and was asking how you were doing. I don't know. I'm just thinking, because you guys know that I'm always trying to think of, okay, who's the possible old girl who told old girl? So that's just one of my theories about possibly maybe it was Scretchen, the teacher, called Dominique, because Dominique seems to be Dominique's name is in a lot of places. So I wouldn't be surprised we see Dominique. We know Erica Kang is laying low. We know that Sonya is all up in the business, and it's pretty crazy. Now, Sonya is too dumb to be the Fed. She doesn't have to be the Fed. She could just be getting used. But at the end of the day, I mean, whether she is being used or she's just dumb and her and Nesto think that they're being extra smart, they are really, really not. That last little bit about the father and basically insinuating that the father is well aware of what his daughter is doing, but his daughter is implicating Nesto in some crimes, then if what you're saying is true and the girl is an adult and the father is involved or is knowledgeable or they have some sort of a weird type of deal, then you're saying that Shirley is complicit. She's aware. Like, just because she's been around this person, she knows this person, doesn't mean that she is aware that what you're doing with this 19-year-old, unless that's what you're saying that she knows. And maybe this is some sort of sick, weird, underground situation that I don't even want to put a name to. I don't know, but it's very strange, like what you're alluding to, like what they're saying, not saying. I don't really get it. So I'm not sure, girl. Let me drop this. But you guys see on the top, it's allegedly. Okay, it's real talk. But this is the allegedly and alibis conversation. Like it's been giving alibis. But the funny thing to me is that we're at 6 months later. 6 months later, nothing has happened, nothing has changed, and he's still getting a lot of time to sit and think about what is and what is not going on. Um, it's a lot. If anything, if you guys wanted to listen to something, I would probably do like call 3 and call 4 tonight, because call 1 and 2 really go over the teacher and the real estate agent affidavits. And I would need better eyes and for that. But I wouldn't, but I mean, when he kind of flipped it on Sonya in call 4, asking her where she's at with everything. Is she still down? Like, are you still down for me? Kind of thing. Kind of was like, wow, like this chick is hooked. She's on some damn Captain Hook over there. I don't know what her damn problem is, but that's all it can be. Okay. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead, hit the like button for me. I see we're under 50%. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you came in, hadn't hit the like button yet, just take a minute to do that. That helps me. That lets people know that your girl is live. And so I can, so anybody looking for this conversation on this evening can jump right on in. Um, you guys want to hear some more? You guys want to hear it again? Okay. We'll listen to, let's do 3 and 4, because I think that those, I don't want to say those were the most interesting. If you have not listened to this yet, I would say after this conversation, go and start at the very beginning and just listen to the whole thing, because it's not only is it quite entertaining, it is informative, but don't get your mind stuck on anything Sonya says, because Sonya is not an expert. Sonya is barely breathing. She doesn't have she has just as much of a command of the law as most of us do, but because all, I mean, Sonya is dim-witted, she has even less. And what she does think she knows, she applies it personally, where the law is not personal. The law just is. It has nothing to do with me, it has nothing to do with you, it just is, right? But Sonya has a personal story about every single law, statute, anything imaginable. She has something that applies. Okay. So don't listen to her. Just it's on some entertainment purposes only, right? Um, but it's quite entertaining. Um, wow. I'm just like, oh my God. Give me just a second to pull it up. I wasn't really prepared for that because we were gonna do something else tonight, but as fate would have it, we're going to pivot. Um, because I do think it's kind of one of those, like, maybe we should listen to it because that was interesting as I don't know what. Okay, let me drop the link. If you're here and you don't know what's going on, Phone Calls from Prison is a YouTube channel that we love to watch. This is the link. I will pin it, or I'll put it in the description box. So it's probably going to run up real quick. I'm going to drop it in the description box and I'll put it in the first pin comment. So after we're done, go and pay Phone Calls from Prison a visit and watch it from the start to finish, because tomorrow when we break this on down, you will be very much aware of this whole entire thing and will not have heard it for the first time. You can listen to it uninterrupted if the experience that you want is to really be able to absorb um the dialogue. Okay, because here we make frequent stops, take questions, all of those things. So that might interrupt what you're looking for. And thank you to our new member. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see who it was. It is Overcomer. Thank you so much for supporting. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's get into it, guys. Let's see. Let me hit the share button, and I guess let's talk about it. It's definitely giving trying to formulate an alibi. It really, really is. Um, I mean, I'm not even gonna ask you guys what you think because, like, that's just what it is. That's it's nothing else but that. Okay. Okay. Let's get into it. We're gonna go right over. We're gonna start a little different because normally we just jump right on in, and but we're gonna start over here at call three because I think that's a really good place to start based on where we're at after just listening for an hour and a half because this is where some of the tea was located. Okay, guys, let's get into it. And hello to everyone. I know I didn't say individual hellos, but hello and welcome. We're going to get into a little bit of a deep dive. So tomorrow we'll start with one and two, and if we want to revisit three and four, we will. But we'll do three and four tonight. Okay? Is that cool? Oh my God, this was so good.
What's wrong with your phone?
I don't know. I kept slapping zero and slapping it, and it just could not take. I text you to tell you, to call me back. It wasn't working. I
Oh, the
always get
printer.
called back like three times in a row. Hmm?
Yeah, the pad is cut off at 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
The
Yeah, I
iPad
text
gets
you to
off at
say
10
call
o'clock.
me because it's not acting right, but I was hitting zero. As long
well,
as I answer, it's gonna go. Just keep calling me back because I have put money on there today anyway. But it just keep calling until But you can hear me. You can hear me pick up though, right?
no, I can't hear none of that.
Oh
Sometimes,
wow.
sometimes sometimes I can hear it. I can hear after you like put money on the book and then like you're trying to start over. I can hear you talking in the background.
Mhm.
About 2 seconds, then it'll hang up. But you don't got so
Oh.
used to it now. That's really like beginners. But you don't got used to
Mhm.
it now. It don't even get that far. Uh, but I got something I want to say, if you don't mind,
No,
please.
I don't say nothing. What you got to say?
What I gotta say?
What you got to say? And you're gonna get lippy with me. So when you
Okay.
started off, I just know you about to get lippy with me. Don't get lippy with me. Go
Don't
ahead.
keep don't keep looking at you.
No, don't get
No, no, no.
mouthy.
Have I ever did it to you? Have I ever got small, jazzy out the mouth? Have I
Yes, you
ever
No,
have.
but you don't put down on me before.
He
But go
has.
ahead. I mean, in a polite way. You've done it before. You've done it several, like twice. But go ahead.
okay. Well, if I do that, that means I'm telling the truth. I'm really son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm telling the
Mm-hmm.
truth. See.
Go ahead, telling the truth.
Well, one thing I'm gonna say is two things for sure. I got your little slick comment. I got that. You know. Uh,
What that?
I got that 77.
Okay, let me just so anyone just coming in, if you missed phone calls from prison, the first two were about the teacher and the real estate agent. She basically read the arrest affidavits, and we've all read these before up and down the YouTube streets. You've seen them before, but we'll talk about them tomorrow. I think I've got them posted on my community wall. If not, it's in members. And I will have it posted somewhere else. I know I talked to you guys like about the last 2 weeks about trying to set something up where I can post certain documents. There's people who are very sensitive to seeing certain documents, and YouTube is just not very friendly to that stuff, especially if it has, you guys already know. Anyway, I will have some more information about that tomorrow, but I'll have all that stuff posted. I have like a 40-page Erica King document that I just cannot post on YouTube, but I will have it someplace where you guys can access it if you guys want to read this stuff. But anyway, those two documents specifically to the arrest affidavit, basically they just went through them, but you hear Ernesto's reaction. Also, phone calls from prison. If you haven't yet, on their Patreon, they put up a phone call with the reading of the CP arrest affidavit. Okay. All right. Now that one, I'm assuming they put it on Patreon again because if the sensitive content, if you will, the sensitive nature of the content that Sonya is reading, it's not conducive to YouTube, and that won't, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it's just not for YouTube, right? So, but yeah, that's what's going on, and that's basically kicking off call number 3, because she made a couple little comments at the end of call number 2, and I guess he's wanting to make sure that they're good because he knows that this is heavy. This basically probably, a lot of this information speaks to a lot of what he had going on. You can't really claim that you're a family man and that you just met Sonya and you two are fooling around and she's special when you've got women coming out the woodwork from left and right filing papers on you at every single police department, not only talking about how you bed them down, but also how you came for their money. And also when you were arrested, you had a knapsack with sex toys, liquid Viagra, and a damn leather mask with zippers on it. Like, that's a little bit problematic, but you cannot tell me when Sonya wasn't reading that document that she didn't sound like she was like a little bit turned on. So that was it for me, because I was like, Sonya seems a little too, I think she was some of that she was very interested in. Um, Kentucky got called out, California. I mean, the whole thing, all of that stuff is documented. So all of that stuff has been read before. It's just interesting hearing them talk about it because he can no longer say after this day he doesn't know what they're talking about. What is the evidence? He may not even know the evidence, but he knows what the allegations are, and he knows what the allegations are in detail. And I never heard him say that didn't happen. That didn't happen. I don't know what they're talking about. I wasn't there. What? The only type of alibi, well, I no, I couldn't have been there because I was in Dallas. I was in Dallas. I was in Dallas on that day. How do you know you were in Dallas on that day? So someone reads a random day in 2021 and you know for sure you were in Dallas, unless you know that, like, maybe it's a very specific day that he can say, yeah, I was in Dallas at that time 2 years ago after I have been on a hamster wheel called Cobb County Adult Detention Center. And every day is the same day in an orange jumpsuit. Like, you can remember specifically. You don't need to kind of like, oh yeah, I was, like, 2 years ago that well. I'd like to believe it. I can't even tell you 2, 3 years ago because of when the pandemic happened, everything happened, and it was every day was the same day, at least for me. So it's hard to remember when we were on lockdown because a lot of every day was the same. We didn't go anywhere, didn't really talk to a lot of people. It was very mundane, right? He's living a very mundane lifestyle right now. So being able to remember when you were outside of jail to me seems kind of like you can do that without a calendar, without your phone. Because sometimes I got to go back in my phone because I know I always take lots of pictures. My either camera reel or my calendar helps me remember, like, oh, okay, this is what we were doing, or whatever. Anyway, okay, let's get back into it. Again, we're starting out with call number 3, okay? And he's getting with Sonya because he wants to make sure that they are good, because he's concerned after her reading all of that, is she still good with him? And she's like, I know you're going to get lippy with me. And of course he doesn't even understand what that means. um Okay, it's kind of setting itself. So all right, let me see what you guys are saying real quick before if it's
0.
okay.
As long as I answer, it's gonna go. Just keep calling me back.
Kentucky,
Because,
the
I have
state,
put money on there
some
today
crimes that
anyway.
happened in
But
Kentucky.
just keep
We'll
calling
get
until I,
into it later. But
you
yeah, there's some,
you can hear me. You can hear me pick up though, right?
No, I can't hear none of that.
Oh wow.
Sometime I can hear it. I can hear after you like put money on the book and then like you're trying to start over. I can hear you talking in the background.
Mhm.
About 2 seconds, then it'll hang up. But you don't get used to it now. That's really like beginners. But you don't get used to it now. It don't even get that far. Well, I got something I want to say, if you don't mind.
No, I don't say nothing. What you gotta say?
What I gotta say?
What you got to say? And you're gonna get lippy with me. So when you started off, I just know you're about to get lippy with me. Don't get lippy with me. Go ahead.
Don't keep looking at you?
No, don't get lippy,
No.
mouthy.
Have I ever did it to you? Have I ever got small, jazzy out the mouth,
Yes.
No,
Yes,
but
he has.
you don't put down on me before, but go ahead. I mean, in a polite way. You've done it before. You've done it several, like twice, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, if I do that, that means I'm telling the truth. I'm really, I'm telling the truth. See?
Go ahead, telling the truth.
Well, one thing I'm gonna say is two things for sure. I got your little slick comment. I got that. You know.
What that?
I got that 77.
It's just so real. Like I was like, I sit there and I would read or hear something, but it'll marinate in an hour or two or a day or two. It'll resonate in my head, and I'll really like think about shit, analyze it, and then I'll come back to it.
I'm the same way.
So I was thinking. Right, and so I'm reading and reading, and at that time, like, we weren't, like, on nothing but friendship, so it was no pressure on that. It's just to see what you were doing right before you got in there. You was juggling 4 situations, and I'm like, there is no way that man, married, juggling 4 situations,
Thank you
is ever
very
going to
much. Thank you.
is ever going to, you missing my point. Boy, you about to say thank you.
I got your point. You said
my point is that you would ever be faithful. That's what I was saying. Right. Ain't no way your ass would ever be faithful. It's not in you. It's just not in you. You're doing too much with a wife. And I mean, and that's
okay. I mean, all right. Okay, Sonya. So yes, he's doing too much with a wife, and you're still on the phone. So he was in about 4 situations, and Nesto is so used to Sonya co-signing him. At that moment, she's calling him out for being a whore, a male, what do you call it? Like, I don't even know, gigolo, just I don't know. What do you even call that? Whatever. She's calling him out for having 4 situations and married. So he's just like, you're doing too much to be married. And he's getting ready to take it as, oh, yeah, thank you, because he's so used to her co-signing for him. But she is finally calling him out on the fact that you doing a lot, like you're a whole community D guy. And what is going on here? And he's thinking she's getting ready to co-sign, but she's not. And then you're going to start to hear him get a little bit pissed, okay? Because he's going to have to start defending himself. When Nesto gets mad and you're not co-signing for him, he gets pissed. And that's why these ladies are scared of him, because if you can't see his point of view, because he has limited, this goes back to the fact that he is illiterate, or he presents illiterate, because he has a hard time expressing himself because his vocabulary is very limited. And then he just gets mad and he starts cussing people out. And it's like, you're not for him, you're against him, you must be this or that. It immediately goes into a different direction because he's unable to really articulate how he feels as a man or what he's trying to say, because he's basically unable.
fine.
He's
I just want
he's
to be real
illiterate.
about it.
Wait a minute. First of all,
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Shaw. Thank you. I wonder how they went out.
Shit. Okay. Second of all, okay, let me get the second. I'm gonna get the first one out of the way. I had to call you every fucking day. One of them days I was with your ass. Okay, I know that for a fact. I know that.
Yeah. May 2nd.
I know that for a fact. Okay.
May 2nd.
Okay.
I saw you once when I was there for 2 weeks. Right.
Okay.
I was there May 1st through the 14th, I think, and then I left, and I saw you maybe.
Okay. I see Catch 22, D Dub, Rhonda, A Dub, and Sister to Sister both all got gifted. Thank you so much, Shaw, for doing that. I appreciate it.
They said them folks said I supposed to been over there with them, and I know that was a lie because I was with your ass. So I'm not stupid.
Oh, you was with me May 2nd. May 2nd. I don't know if I saw you once or twice. I know I saw you once.
2 times.
So, I mean, Sonya is officially on the witness list or can be subpoenaed because she's now officially injected herself as part of the alibi. I'm sure all of you caught that. So, one of these days that was mentioned in part of the arrest affidavit, he's going to mention that he was with Sonya. Sir, his marriage, if it wasn't officially over, it's over. I mean, you have too much going on. The fact that Shirley doesn't want to stand by you is absolutely like she should be filing charges on you for giving your body away as her husband for alienation of affection. She should be taking, so since Sonya wants to talk so much about civil, why doesn't, I don't know if in Georgia this is valid, but I know in North Carolina it is. If in fact they are actually married, and if in fact they aren't, I would, if I were Shirley, I would be seeking out bigamy. If he basically did the flim flam on her for marriage, and I'm sitting out here representing myself as his wife all this time, and this dude didn't file the paperwork or has me out here looking stupid because he's already married to another woman and my marriage is not valid, they're gonna be talking to you about some bigamy. Even if it doesn't even get you any jail time, you gonna have it on. You're gonna have to wear that jacket. Okay. That's number one. And then two, some alienation of affection because you have been running around like a pure fool, running around dealing with all of these women behind my back and all of these things. And then now, I mean, Shirley is probably going to have to go to court. She has been implicated in many different things. And now Sonya is part of his alibi. Like this is absolutely just ridiculous.
You saw me two
I saw
times.
you twice. I know I saw you twice in April. I saw you once in June, and I
Mm.
think I saw you twice in May.
You
Mm, mm,
I
did.
mm.
think.
I know.
Right.
I ain't no thing.
I
I
didn't
know.
see it, and then I know the whole year of it, and right after the hospital, 2021, I did not see you, which was fine because I purposely avoided you in
Okay,
21.
that's fine. That's fine. I mean, all that to me, that's small stuff. I'm not even. She told on herself. I mean, I just listened though. I want
So
to. I
listen,
listen.
looking at your cases are bullshit.
I
They're
know
all a
that.
fucking reach. They're like, I'm surprised that the freaking prosecutor went in court and tried to act like your shit was so fucking serious that you was a threat to society. I'm like, what the fuck is this case saying? And all that shit looked like is a bunch of petty ass women in their feelings screaming, wolf.
Thank you.
All that shit looks
Thank
like.
you.
Every last one
Thank
of them situations,
you.
except for the dude, is somebody you had some type of situation with. And the one girl, you went to jail. She wasn't going to get that money for all those charges. So what she has to do is get a police report in order for them not to charge her, to get that off of her. She has to make a police report. And she went in there and told her little story
That's exactly
to
what
get that
happened.
shit off her because she didn't want to pay that
That's
because
exactly what
30 days
happened.
what's going on your credit card. And if you got $1,000, and she's a teacher, she's not out here balling. So she got $1,000 charge on her card. She knew about it the moment her statement came, or when she went on her phone and saw what her balance was. So she can't say 4 or 5 months later, oops, I didn't know about the charge. Girl, you knew about that charge. One, they notify you through text. Whenever it's a certain amount, your credit card company will notify you. And when that bill comes, you know it. You know what your shit is looking like. And you didn't say nothing for months.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
So
mm,
you know
mm.
that shit was legit. You just got mad. Like my son's father did me with the credit card.
I just love how she has all of these scenarios already made up in her head about what the victims would know, not know, and she won't even give Nesto a chance to speak. It's like, why is he even asking at this point? Is she still down with him? Because clearly she is. I mean, she's over here just blaming every single victim and making a pathway for him to think that he's good when he's not. I don't think that he is. I think that it's very much giving a problem, especially the more that he talks.
And press charges on me for that shit.
Exactly. You think I didn't listen to
He
you?
did the same shit to me. Press charges, and the judge was like,
Exactly.
it should have been civil. It should have been just a note to me saying pay the thing back. It shouldn't have never been nothing because I never avoided or never said I wasn't going to pay. I just paid for what was charged for me. And the stuff that I bought for him, I didn't pay for that. I did immediately pay for what I charged for myself because he said don't touch the money.
So let's get paid. I'll pass out. All that shit don't mean nothing to me. I'll be honest with you because I can listen very well what you said. Um, all of that.
She has a scenario for everything.
I know what's going on. That's nothing to me. When it comes down to my business partner, I know why they did her like.
My business partner. Is he absolutely just, I mean, what's wrong with him? His business partner. So let the record show he's calling out Erica Kang as his business partner. She's his co-defendant. He can't say, I don't know her. I don't know anything about her. I don't know what she's got going on. He called her his business partner. Okay. This is just, this is insane. It's like he's indefensible.
That because they're going to find out some kind of financial fraud. There's no financial fraud nowhere. If you really
yeah, because they're trying to make good on that $1 million bullshit, and they not.
Well, it is financial fraud when you're saying that you never signed the contracts to lease a home with rents that are going through the roof and nothing is being paid. There are luxury vehicles and a decommissioned ambulance out front, two Harley Davidsons that are registered to people who are looking for their property. Okay. And all kinds of things. You have a crime, you have someone who has accused you of financial crimes. And lo and behold, they find an ambulance that might be the ambulance that she is alleging that you drove her to work in that broke down. So that kind of corroborates her story about an ambulance. And even if we don't know if that's the ambulance or that's a ambulance that was in your possession, but it's like, and Dominique is tied to the lease of that property. Dominique is tied to a couple of your victims. Dominique was mentioned on numerous occasions as your assistant. The homes were next door to each other, you and your business associate. Like there's a lot going on here. They're trying to figure out what pettiness is going on.
There's only at
And
100 with
felonies.
her. That's it.
Hold on, hold on. I ain't finished. I ain't even finished. She ain't say not one thing in that that I took anything. I'm gonna tell you why. They said they gave you a what do you call it? They gave you a place that is supposed to be transpired from. Look at where that place comes from. It's not here, period. We never did no
What?
business in Georgia. So I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Oh, they never did business. Where did you do business at? So part of the business that they were supposed to be running is potentially allegedly stolen cars, because two of the cases out of California are about two cars being transferred from, or two cases of vehicles being transferred from California to Georgia. Um, so I don't know if it was California, because it seems like when he was in California, he was doing some sort of car type business. If you look on his Instagram, he's going to lots of different car places. He's getting cars put on transport vehicles, saying this will be back in Atlanta at this point or that point. He was driving lots of different exotic cars, all kinds of things. So he's saying that he and his business partner, I guess Erica Kang, they never did business in Georgia. So okay, well, like they said, there's a charge in Kentucky.
You understand now?
Oh, you talking about that car, that dealership for the RV thing? The money that she's talking about, the RV?
Right.
Where is that RV located at, that place?
That place is in Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not Fulton County.
Thank you.
So why are they trying to put their locks on that?
That's what I'm trying
That's
to
not
tell
Fulton.
you.
That's not their jurisdiction. If you bought something in Texas and Kentucky, then that's a Kentucky jurisdiction.
Let me break it down for you.
Yeah, but the vehicle was purchased for Miss Bickham, and it was supposed to be purchased for her business. I mean, I'm going to say this. Unfortunately, Gail never, I don't know if she had contracts with Nesto or not, but she's the real estate agent who basically was getting Nesto to try to find her some property, which I found really ridiculous. But there was no, I don't know if there was a contract or not, or just a handshake or whatever. But in any case, she's the one who transferred all of that money, and he convinced her that having an RV was what she needed to do for her business, because he had some sort of he was a concierge type consultant, right? And he could do whatever you need to have done. And he basically told her it was a good idea to get an RV, and he purchased each RV in his name, bought one, bought it and flipped it with another dealership, and took that money with the money from the Mercedes, bought another RV, put that in his name again, did not put that in the woman's name, took that RV and then ended up flipping it and purchasing a Mercedes G Wagon. What in the I didn't give him that money for that purpose? I don't understand what Sonya is saying. Like
I ain't gonna go too
Sonya
deep in
doesn't
it,
have
but
any
you'll be smart
money.
enough to see. Um, when they went in my bag, they saw my all my receipts, everything I
Your
documented, the business, my
dildos.
checking account, everything. It's all right there. So that part, that's where they got that from, and they went from there. They called her down there. She ain't going down there with that. She don't ain't fuck with
Mm-hmm.
police like that. If you read the statement again, it will definitely say that. Okay, I come up missing from July. You ain't heard a damn thing from me all the way to October. That's 3 fucking months. Come on now,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be fishy too. You did because you found me.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, it don't make no sense. Then if you
So you got all these women mad at you. You're doing too much to be a married man.
if you did
Exactly.
business, why you if
Exactly.
I'm doing bad business, if you're doing bad business, you don't think you're doing the same damn thing over and over and over. But same person, that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let me get another thing clear. And I don't want to talk about the other shit because I know that's non and void too.
This is so
Um,
ghetto.
when you read the shit, I didn't know that because I never had that police report, period.
Which
Okay.
one are you talking about?
The child thing, I never had that police report.
Right.
So I could never
Okay. So
read it.
what they omitted to say was
That's the one. If you want to hear that call, you're going to have to go over to phone calls from prison on their Patreon page. Like I said, I listened to it yesterday. It was like about maybe like 20 minutes or something. If you've seen the report, but hearing them talk about it, he's so dumb. I cannot even like I literally cannot even tell you. This man is silly beyond.
the date of the download, which will tell you who did it, the item that it was downloaded on, and that's what your attorney got to figure out. Because if the date back prior to you owning it, that's not your case. And then two, what are they saying they found it on? You know.
Right. Right. And on top
And
of
then
that,
again too, then they got to prove that the people that they saying that's in there are actually kids. They have to prove that
exactly.
those are kids.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
if they don't look
Exactly,
like they're 8 years
exactly.
old, then anything
Exactly.
that's quote unquote tell you. My dog that I babysit, when I met the girls, one of the girls was 13 when
Did she say the dog that I babysit? She's a dog walker and works at the dispensary and works at the law firm. Did she say she dog walks people? I don't even want to run it back because I tell you what, StreamYard is acting crazy.
when we moved over there. I thought that little girl was 18 years old. She was
She's a
big as
damn
hell.
dog
She
sitter
wasn't
too. Wow.
fat. She was built like a fucking woman. I was like, talking. She came over to play, and I was like, "How old are you?" She was like 13. I was like, "There's no fucking way."
The what? Because the 13-year-old has a better body than you. I mean, my God, why are you so like as a mother of a grown woman? Why are you so like it's Sonya doesn't like women. I'm just gonna say it. She doesn't like women and she's very competitive with women. Even a 13-year-old, she is sizing up for what they got going on versus what she got going on. Sonya, the fact that you are 75, 80 pounds is not anybody's fault, okay?
She was like, "You're 13." I'm like, "You are big." She was built like a fucking woman, and she was 13. She had to be 5'7" and shaped like a woman. She was not little at all. She
So
was a
what?
full grown.
So what? She's still 13. 13 will get you 20. Okay. It doesn't matter how she's built. It doesn't matter how like, what are you trying to say? Like, what are you trying to say? At the end of the day, it's still a child. That child still needs to be protected. And it doesn't matter. If someone has committed a crime by positioning these people who could be minors, it's a crime.
Woman at 13. At 13.
Like, what
So
is your
you can't
point?
even tell with these kids these days how old they are. Just like how I got carded 3 times in my 50s for the lottery. And you got to be 18 to play the lottery. And they thought I was 17.
I'm telling you, she's a very dangerous person. We talked about this yesterday or earlier today. She is really the type of person who will co-sign just about any. If she rides for you, she will co-sign you till the wheels fall off. She is definitely someone who is an ally, but at the end of the day, she is nobody you want in your corner, because if you are someone who leans the wrong way, she's going to give you all the reasons why you are justified in what you're doing. She's a bitch. Like, how many does she know Erica King? Erica King was already a bitch. She's already threatened to smack Shirley. She has talked about Sheridan. Like, I mean, it's just a mess. Everybody is dumb. Everybody is stupid. She got something to say about everybody. Let me see. Whatever happened to we can't talk about the case on the phone? Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's what happened to it. Um, that's what happened to it. Let's see. Oops. My thing is like rolling. And she's excusing essay. Can you believe that? I don't know that she in a way she is. So absolutely. In a way she is, but she's almost justifying it in the sense that she's making it not his fault if it is. Do you see what I'm saying? But based on the documentation, if any of you have seen it or heard it, based on the expert, because they have experts at these crime labs who review these type of images, and they will take measurements and try to really they'll do some sort of an analysis to make a like scientific determination, not just a visual, this person looks like a child, but based on this, and this, these measurements, that measure, da da da. This is more than likely a minor or whatever. Um, Not to mention I mean, the four-legged creatures in the picture as well. Like, it's a mess. But she's gonna sit up there and she justifies anything for this guy. She is a nut.
16 years old.
Yeah, your ass
So
like
so
that.
you can't even So you can't even say that a person is a child unless you ID that person and find out who the fuck that is. It's
So
very,
she's
very,
saying
very hard
he's saying you look like a child, but the child actually looks like a woman. Like, can you have a more disgusting conversation, you two?
to determine age with these kids and with grown ups.
Well, first of all, and I got that part, but the way they set it up, though, they set girls out there lurking and talking to people on the fucking internet. That's exactly what they put out there. These people.
So he doesn't seem to understand his charges. Basically, they're saying you've got images on a device. Nobody said you were lurking. Those are not the charges.
Thinking that I did.
Well, no, that's what one of them dumbass bloggers said. He was on Zoom, but that was one of them people bloggers trying to make it seem like something it wasn't.
Right. Okay.
Trying to say, oh, he was on Zoom with children. Where did you get that from? That shit is crazy. That was never reported.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's just them adding. You know, every story they're gonna add to the next one.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying everything. Just like when he came back last year, when your attorney first in December, Roswell was like, we don't have anything, and they didn't have anything, so they went fishing. And they turned everything into a crime. They turned all your personal situations into a crime, which they're not. They're not.
They're not. I know they.
None of that shit. Even the fact with that girl trying to say, there's no way that a grown I get a kid. Kids you can terrify them and scare them. Like if you tell them to your mama, like I get that. Kids they don't know no better. They just scared.
Listen, her dad is a bona fide gangster, man. All that shit, I ain't even worried about none of that. And I already know he already told me that they what they call it, got some mental issues. The whole family do. So he already
Yeah, all you do is get people that know her to speak on her character. That's all you do with that. And then you look at her text messages around that area of the date that it happened and see what she's talking about. That's all you got to do. And that tell you right there. If she's feeling some type of way, scared, I was forced, she would be in some type of mode around that time that it happened. She would not be herself.
Okay,
and then to come back and say it happened 2 years later, and then 2 months, 3 months after, a year after that, you still around him, like that don't make sense. If you just kicking it and hanging and it's dating the dude that you, like that don't, and then you in a Dominican, and then you still come back around. Like it's like you're places away from where you could tell if it really happened. You went to the Dominican and you came back and you still in the face. I don't get that.
No sense.
And you're grown. You're not a kid. You're a grown woman. 19. Listen, they can try to make it seem like she's immature, but Katie is smart as shit, and she's 16. So you can't tell me a 19-year-old left there in the closet with no Instagram is dumb out here.
I'm finna make you laugh. You know who is my number one witness that saw and talked to the daddy personally with me? I'm gonna let you think about that one. The other person, the other old people that cut me off. You catching on that?
Oh, your wife?
Huh?
The wife?
Absolutely.
The other old people that cut me off. What is she talking about? So is she's over here trying to justify that if he was messing with that girl, that she's 19, she's grown. But he's trying to say, I don't know if he's trying to say he never messed with her. He knows her father and he wasn't messing with her. I don't really get it. Like, because she's so busy trying to cap and trying to give him a way out that she won't let him speak. She is a very dangerous woman. I'm telling you, sis is dangerous. She's very, very much giving dangerous. She talks like a madam. She's she's disgusting. She won't even let him get a word in. She's giving him excuses and giving him alibis before he can even spit them out. She has an angle for everything. Everything. She won't shut up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, the father would have to come to court. You subpoena all of them as witnesses.
Absolutely.
You bring them all to court.
Demi, if you miss phone calls from prison, girl, we haven't even done the whole thing, but this is what happened. The link is in the thing. You know how to find them. Go watch the whole thing. We're gonna go through this again tomorrow. We started with call number 3, and gonna go into call number 4 because, girl, we'd be here all night trying to get through this whole thing. But if anyone's here and you haven't watched phone calls from prison yet, the links are in the description box. I already put it in there. Make sure to go check them out. Click on the link from this channel so when they look at their numbers, they know that y'all came from over here. At the end of the day, it was a very interesting episode. These two did not shut up and they spilled all their tea. And he's probably going to regret this series of phone calls. I mean, I can only imagine. It's a mess.
Let's go to court.
Yeah.
Let's look at the phone record.
Let's go to court.
And then we're going to turn around and then we're going to sue the police station because y'all turned this shit and y'all went and framed me, put me in this light, held me in jail without bond, and try to drag all of these situations into something that is working.
Have you done read that? What did you think?
Okay, sis, I got you.
The thing is, the judge don't put too much thought in nobody's shit. They listen to the prosecutor argument and they listen to the.
Not this judge. Not in what I'm hearing.
Well, if you're okay, so if I gotta put something together, put it in the email, because sometimes people don't have common sense. Like I got common sense, so I can look at this and tell what this really is because I got common sense to this shit. Like, all right, that don't make no sense.
Thank you, sis, in the Cash App. You know who you are. Thank you.
It boils down to civil because I need to get my money. He won't give it to me. And that's personal because of the relationship makes it personal. If it was somebody that you was on the street that you saw one time or 2 times, then you could say, okay, that was criminal because da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But if it's somebody I'm dealing with for months at a time, calling on a daily, doing intimates, all of that shit. Honey, that's civil. That's civil.
Okay, okay, not that part. I'm talking about the big boy. I'm
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, that's what I'm saying. That don't make sense because the person that get don't come, like, how you coming back like in a 3-year span around this? Why are you still around this person 3 years after the fact? And then try to say, well, he got me a sexual for 2 years he had me as some sexual servitude. You know, made me forced me to have sex with him. You didn't live with him, so what are we talking about here? If you live with a person, I get that, and I have nowhere to go. I'm homeless. I'm forced to live in this situation. That's a given. But if he got an address over here and you got an address over there, your daddy know this dude. Your daddy in your life. Your daddy is around. Your daddy ain't no punk.
And your daddy is his friend, and he says, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna do this. I don't know. Either him and your daddy got a deal, or he threatened your daddy. I don't know. But Sonya, that's not your business to figure out. Why don't you mind your business? Like, it's just ridiculous. I don't understand how he's letting her run her mouth like that and not say, hold up. Like, you don't know, like, let me talk.
All these other people, what are you scared of? So all you gotta do is tell your father he's gonna stick his chest out and it's a wrap.
It doesn't make
So
sense.
that don't make sense for that to be like.
Okay, so when was this day? Do you know when the statement was wrote? You don't remember that.
I don't remember. Now, you know how much of a booklet that shit is?
Oh my God. It's freaking booklets and pamphlets printing out these documents. It's crazy.
Okay, so let's get me used.
Remember Majeski said in one of the hearings, he said that the narrative on Nesto was over 220 pages. Yes.
Straight, because I got to get me just straight. Because you get
no, go ahead, get me straight. I just feel like I don't see that, and I don't want to force. I don't want to force you to be something that you're not. I want you to be you.
Well, first of all, I ain't gonna let nobody tell me to do something that I ain't gonna want to do now. I'm not doing it. I'm straight.
Yeah, but you might be in a moment, and then you fall back to your usual.
I don't know what the fucking you is supposed to be. I don't know what you think, how you think this go. I don't fuck with everybody. Okay, I'm a good motherfucker. At the end of the day, innocent people get fucked around. I'm getting fucked around all the way around. If you can't see that, a blind person can see that shit.
Because you're dealing with crazy females. All your problems, all your issues on that paper is girls.
Okay, well, guess fine.
One dude. Okay, all that shit is female.
That's fine with that, but here's the problem.
Dick dashing.
People try to use your MO to get off. That's what happens. I'm not mad with Gail at all. Because I knew that the police had something to do with that. Because I know her character. You know what I'm saying? That little money ain't nothing to them. That's nothing to them. So I know better than that. You know what I'm saying? And they know my character. So if they didn't know my character, they wouldn't come back and deal with me. Period. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with that kind of money. So I don't really worry about that part there at all. If it come down to this man say that I owe him some money, I don't even know this motherfucker. So I can put him on stand. I don't worry about him. I ain't never seen him.
If you guys don't, so the disabled vet, I'm just going to, in a nutshell, what ties Nesto to this disabled vet, when the disabled vet or the vet who was looking for the 800 credit score, if I'm not mistaken, this person transferred money to a Zelle account. And guess whose Zelle account it was? Okay. Like, I'm not going to go through the whole entire thing. I do have that particular affidavit. And if you haven't heard it, we can talk about it tomorrow. But there's so much in these first two calls about those other two affidavits. But there's account information that ties Nesto to this guy. So it's not even just one of these like, oh, someone's just trying to drag Nesto's name. No, he sent money, had a receipt, and it can be tied back to a financial institution. Okay. Once you start getting these banks involved, credit card companies involved, people start disputing charges or people want things back. People want refunds, all of these things. They say that this was for services. All you have to do, if you write a check, if you do a Zelle, if you do a digital check and you put in that memo, or if you put in any of the notes on that transaction and that transmittal is sent with those notes, that's how those monies need to be applied. If someone sends you money for a service and you don't provide the service, they can pursue you civilly, but they can also pursue criminal. Like, it's theft of it's exactly what he's being charged with. And that's it. And if these people are disputing charges or disputing transactions or transmittals of money through Zelle, that's a problem. So he's trying to make it seem like he doesn't even know these people, or I owe him some money. Like, Nesto, stop.
He never seen me, so I
He's
don't know.
reached on the thing, say he picked you out on the lineup.
He
But
never
Oh
seen me.
my
Man,
God,
never
they
seen me
picked.
before. He never seen
mhm.
me at all. Never seen me. That's another lie. Never ever seen me. I never seen him. So I don't even know who them people is. I'm not worried about it.
They don't always do a physical lineup anymore. They might have done a lineup of pictures. So it doesn't necessarily mean like Nesto went to one of those rooms and they lined him up with 5 other black men that are the same height, weight, and same similar description. They could have just taken a bunch of pictures, laid them out, and said, "Who is the person that you're looking for?" And the person went to your picture. I mean, I find it hard to believe that with that, on top of the fact that the Zelle account is run back to you, then I mean, come on now. Like, you didn't notice that you had some money that you weren't supposed to have.
Those are not worried about.
Mhm.
All thing I'm concerned about is them two big boys. That's it.
Right, things that carry the most weight.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, all you gotta do is your character witness on her, maybe an ex-boyfriend or some shit to tell you the type of person she is, her text messages, and then they're gonna.
Did you hear that? She's giving him advice on how to tear a woman down. Sonya is trash. You hear her? Do you hear her? She is trash. Sonya, only thing people need to do is to find an ex-boyfriend on you to tell about how you are. Are you kidding me? Don't you ever get on this internet and talk about women tearing you down when there's a woman who is saying that your boo thing, your dick dasher, is out here terrorizing Atlanta with his eggplant, and you are telling him that what they need to do is go find one of her ex-boyfriends and someone who can plead to her character to tear her down to get your old ratchet ass boyfriend out of jail. Are you kidding me? You have lost your mind.
Put her on the stand and ask her why,
See, you just thought no one was ever going to hear this call.
All I got to do is I need to see. I never got a lot of tickets test. I paid that shit with any one of flying colors. I have nothing to hide. Flying colors. I have nothing to hide. I'm gonna get my motherfucking life back. I'm gonna get my life back. I know that. So when it comes to you,
Girl, I know he didn't say something about a lie detector test.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I'm like, wait a second. If I don't run my damn lie detector right now, the lie detector says that was a whole entire lie. Stop playing with us. Let me tell you something. The worst thing, Sonya, girl, stop. Sonya better not come back on these YouTube streets.
I will never actually go get that shit. Because to me, that let a person know, well, you got this going on, good it going. You're strong enough to handle anything. You don't show me that part.
The reality of it is, we weren't in no type of committed situation, so you could do whatever you was out there doing. I never asked you what you out here doing.
Hold on. First of all, it's not what I'm out there doing. I'm he was there with them. He was with them. No, motherfucker. I called your ass every motherfucking day. Niggas
It's a lot of hours in the day, sir. It's
a lot of
a
work.
lot of hours in the day. You got me out the way in the morning, and then you had your afternoon for your other. You had your shit on schedule.
I didn't have no motherfucking.
She knows she was a player.
I didn't have none of that shit going on. I'm a nice motherfucker, man. Motherfucker ain't gonna cheat.
You are very nice, and you're so cute, and you use it to your advantage.
No, I don't use shit. It's just that I know. Listen, man, if that motherfucker didn't have that autistic son trying to do some shit, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't never fuck with that motherfucker at all. So that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't never tell the truth about everything.
Well, you can fuck with people and not fuck them. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
And then this is the problem. No, this is what happens when you get with women. No, I'm gonna tell you, sir. No, I'm gonna cut you off because you cut me off.
It's like, would you shut up? Could you please shut up? She won't stop talking. She just won't shut up. It's his case. It's his defense. He can't even talk to her about it. She won't, like, all she wants to do is like get him out the hole. That's all she wants. And for what? I don't get it.
When you get a woman emotionally caught up in your ass and you disappoint her,
I know he must be like, where in the fuck did I find this chick
at? And that's
at?
why you have to keep, sometimes even if you don't never sleep with a woman and they like you ever notice how these bitches be fighting over guys they like and the guy don't even know they exist, but they out here fighting and stabbing and killing girls.
But I don't know that part because I don't deal with them.
Girls are fucking crazy.
What?
That's why I don't have, you find you hang around females? No, I don't hang around no fucking females because bitches is crazy. And then you add sex into the equation, automatically if you fuck them twice, they think y'all a couple.
She's just talking about herself, y'all. She's talking about herself. I mean, ma'am, you were looking for a married man for 5 weeks. You're still on the phone after you've read all of this paperwork and know exactly what's going on and you're justifying it. And you still on the phone? You hadn't hung up yet?
Without even having a conversation. I could fuck you for 10 years, and until we have a conversation, we're just fucking around.
I got a question for you. So what are you saying? Are you saying that I can't commit to nothing? Is that what you're trying to say? So that means you're saying that I can't commit to you? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what sounds.
Could you faithfully commit to me? I don't think so.
Well, why are you hanging around?
I think you could have an open situation with me and see everybody
why are you hanging around again? Because that's not what you're looking for.
Because she's hanging around because she is worthless inside. Sis is toe up. Sis is on the last hurrah. She thought you had some coins. She's a little nutty. And she thinks you're cute. You did some things she's never had done before. And you make her feel important. That's why. Okay? Since you wanted to know why, that's why. Okay? You got her in her feelings.
No, I just discovered that today reading your stuff. I was like, this he had a lot going on. The wife, me, her, the other girl. Like that's four situations.
Wife, me, her, 4 situations.
Just in 2022.
Don't believe everything you hear now. Because when it gets exposed, don't believe everything you hear. Because when I told you about that, child shit, you believe me, but you did, but you just trying to figure that shit out. Now you got it in your fucking hand. You see, that don't make no fucking sense.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Okay. I mean, to say it's like you could say one thing happened, but it wasn't the way she's saying it happened. You get me? You can be with somebody and it was consensual, and they could turn around and flip it and say it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because unless it was violent, you don't have proof to say anything different. It's just her coming back mad saying, "Oh, he did this to me," you know. And that's the hard part about proving it. And that's when people got to get character witnesses. You got to get the phone conversations. That's how Chris Brown got off the last situation last year because this chick tried to say that about him. and he had all the phone conversations, and he.
Girl, we know about Chris Brown. Chris Brown makes these chicks go nuts, okay? I think everybody knows to keep their distance from Chris Brown, okay? Chris Brown does not bring out the best in people, and depending on what he got going on, it won't be the best out of him either. He's just someone that needs to be left alone, okay? Just watch the videos, dance at a party, and keep it pushing. Don't I mean, okay? So what she should know about Nesto having 4 and 5 situations, like you're knowing this right now, but you're still on the phone, dummy. You still on the phone, but you want to talk about everybody else.
And they proved that shit in court.
And you're
they
grown.
dropped it because she had text messages from her. And he was like, so if I sexually assaulted her, why is she texting me all this, that, and the other? And it just blew her shit out the water. And they shut it down. Like, yeah.
And I got that shit. I got that in my phone.
Right. So if somebody is talking about, oh, I'm scared, and he said he was going to kill me, why are you kicking and texting him? And where you at? And how come you ain't over here? You know, that don't sound like you scared of somebody. That don't sound.
Well, but just like he said, the father said that there are mental issues in the family. Maybe sis has some sort of problem. Maybe she's on some sort of medication. Maybe she's slow. Who knows what the problem is? But he seems to be knowledgeable that there's some sort of issue in the family. Why would she say that? Because maybe there's a problem there. Maybe he took advantage of somebody who has intellectual disabilities. Who knows?
Does that sound like she's scared of him? If he says he's going to kill me, well, if he says he's going to kill you, why are you inviting him over? Why are you talking about what time can I come through? Or why would you say all that to a person?
How do you know? You're putting 20 on 10, Sonya. It doesn't say anything about that. It could be that he went and knocked on her door.
You terrified of. Like, that don't make sense to me. Why would you go around? And it's been 2 years. 3 years, 2019 to 22. You were in his face. That don't make sense to be around somebody completely terrified.
Thank you.
He did this and he hurt me and he made me have sex with him and I didn't want to.
That okay. My motherfucking character. I got
okay. So if you pull all her phone records, not just talking to you, but talking to her.
Girl, Chris Brown would be like, "Why am I in this?" Like every other time when he's like, "Look, I'm trying to mind my business. Why are y'all bringing up my name?" Exactly. Leave Breezy alone. Like he got enough situations. Why are y'all bringing me up? Why I got to be in this?
Friends,
absolutely.
Yeah, me and such just got to. You know what I'm saying? All of that's gonna come out. That don't sound like a victim to me. It sounds like you bragging.
There you go.
It sounds like you bragging.
And you know Chris Brown don't mind dragging somebody. Bring his name up. Sonya, you and Nesto do not want a Chris Brown drag on Instagram, because trust me, let me tell you, he will deliver your soul straight to hell. Okay.
No, that don't sound like you in some type of, like, women shut down or they go and tell somebody in distress. They don't brag about rape. No, they don't brag about something they scared of or somebody they terrified of. So all they gotta do is pull her phone records, and that's gonna say it all.
All they have to do is pull her phone records. That's gonna say it all.
Who she was on there texting, talking about it, or how she talking to you and her conversation, just like you and the other girl's conversation. Okay, so how is that criminal? That sounds like me and her in some type of relationship. She giving me money. You know, I'm doing this for her. Me and her looking out for each other.
Okay, listen, I'm done with that kid shit.
I'm
about what you finna.
Well, you know what? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just chilling like a villain.
Yeah, I ain't sure what you're doing. I'm talking about what you're doing. Where your head at? No. Don't play with me.
Where my head at?
Yeah, where your head at?
My head is all over the place. I just feel like you know you better than me, but I just don't want you to lie.
Have I lied to you? Have I lied to you yet? Have I lied to you?
I never caught you in a lie, but we don't really.
I didn't ask
you. Did. Right, you did lie that one time. That was a big lie too, because I kept asking you about that.
Okay,
you kept lying.
I'm asking you a question. Have I lied to you? Anything I think is fishy, I'm gonna tell you straight up front. This is what's going on right now. This is it. This is what's going on. I ain't got to do all that.
We never had that type of conversation though, because when we would talk, you just how you going, what's your day look, or how you feel, what's on your mind, and you hang up. You never talked about this.
No. I ain't gonna tell these crackers what the fuck I got on my fucking head because they
No,
trying to
I'm
play with me.
talking about not now. I'm talking about then before you went to jail.
Oh,
I know, but that's what the
okay.
conversation was then. You wasn't saying
Okay. Here's time. What I
you
need
would
to
just
know.
look at me and let me talk,
Okay,
and then
that's
you get
right.
off the phone.
Okay. Well, here's
Right?
the
You
thing.
wasn't talking.
I want to know where your head at right now because you don't need to be all over the place when it comes down to me right now. You really don't.
Okay, I can separate the two. First thing first is if I think you can't be with me in the way that I want you to be with me, I'm cool with that if that's the case today. Because I'm not so in deep. No, because I'm not so in deep that it's going to affect me. It'd be disappointed, but it wouldn't like crush me. But the separate thing, your case is separate. That I'm not going to drop the ball on. Period. I'm going to help you regardless, like to my fullest ability, because you shouldn't be in jail. It's a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you about any of that stuff. You know, I'm not upset about anything like that. It's just
listen, man. You don't send texts about myself. My dad was 77 years old, and guess what? It don't take that, but you don't retire that quick.
Yeah, if you keep a handful of women, you know what I'm saying, guys, no.
Listen, where they at right now? If I had a whole handful on you, do I need you? Do I need anybody else? No, the fuck I don't. They'd be lining up outside out there. Free the man, free him. I be just let the rest of the idiot. That's my baby dad. That's my baby dad.
Well, the thing about your situations was they was very surface situations.
Do all of his kids have different baby moms? Because they say he got 6 kids, right? Does he have 6 baby moms? Does anyone have the same mother of the Ernesto Leverett Williams bunch of children? Out of the 6, does anyone have the same mother?
That was what?
You have 1 minute remaining. And they're really your enemy at this point because they're all the ones that's going against you. But now I don't know about the other ones because I'm sure you talked to more than the 4, but it's not important. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna read this. Get this. I'm gonna put this in some type of form and put my points to it and send it to your attorney so she can read it and see the common sense. I don't know. She may have common sense. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just put it to her how I see it.
I need me a new lawyer. I need me somebody.
You do.
She talks so much shit about she didn't like BC. She doesn't like Krail. She doesn't like Hannah. He didn't like Jackie Patterson. This man is he's going to end up it's going to just be a problem. It's a problem with the case. If the cases proceed, they go and try and indict him. It's going to be problems with his lawyers because he's going to try to say he doesn't have appropriate counsel, and it's just going to be a problem because everybody he can't stand, and he can't stop talking about it on this internet, and it's going to be an issue.
But we got to. I mean, hey, all you got to do is read the script. It's common sense. It's just common sense. That's what it looks. I mean, everybody on there, people you had dealings with ongoing. It's not like you just went to random stores and did this or random strangers. That would be that's a crime. But if it's people you got long stemming relationships, I didn't even get to the part where I shared.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
I didn't even get to the part when they're talking about Sheridan. It's like, girl, could you shut up? Okay, guys, we're at call number 4 now. My God.
Okay, this is my morning call, so I won't be calling you in the morning.
You wrong, right? What you say? Your morning call. You got 5 minutes. Your morning call is 5 minutes long. So go ahead. What's up, boo?
Oh, now what's up, boo? Now.
No, it's what's up, boo. She is lost in the sauce. She is sick, guys. I hope you have your earplugs on. She is sick on that dick. Okay, y'all. I know y'all have heard that expression before, and if you haven't, you're hearing it now. Sis is sick on that dick. Okay, she really is. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I can't. It's nothing else to be able to qualify nor quantify what this woman got going on. It's absolutely insane. She's sick. She's sick. Okay, guys, just at the moment that we're talking about, it's called Digmatized. Girl, somebody became a member. Okay, girl, Bougie Gang has grown again. Okay, what a wonderful day for us. Okay, I ain't just talking to talk. Okay, all right, guys, let's keep going. We just got into call number 4, and thank you for supporting.
So the
Okay,
energy's the same. It's just the realization of it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna kid myself, and I don't want you to. Right, I don't want you to tell me what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to be
listen.
completely.
I'm gonna tell you just like this here, man. You're gonna have to listen at me very carefully.
Gotta listen, loyal.
Yeah, real
What?
carefully. I don't have time to play no games.
Mm.
I'm to be 60 ball. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I'm in
Mm-hmm.
jail.
Why did he even get into this conversation with her? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you think that he really needed, and I can hear Joey in the background saying he's just trying to solidify, he's trying to get her buy-in. I get that. Like, Joey's not talking to me right now, but what I'm saying is just from that male point of view, when Nesto is like, he's probing what he already knows. He wants her to confirm she's still Bonnie. Okay, she's the Bonnie to his Clyde. She's the jelly to his peanut butter. She's still there because Shirley just dumped him, and he really does need her, right? But he knows she's there because, I mean, just the way she picked up the phone talking about what's up, boo. She was excited. She was getting aroused. I do believe. Call number 1, call number 2. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I think she was aroused reading off some of that. I think she likes hearing about his gangsta. You know what I'm saying? If it is such a thing, right? I think she's not scared like that about that. Okay?
I can't convince
She's
nobody
into it.
of anything. I have nothing. I am broke. So guess what? If I have to live by myself, come out of jail, I'm fine. Or if I live with you, I'm fine. Okay? But I don't want nobody to be around me, got to look at one eye open, one eye closed. I wonder if you're going to do this. I told you that last week.
Right.
I don't want to live like that. I told you that. I don't want to
Okay.
live. Nobody wondering, wishing behind my back and don't trust what I'm saying. And it could be an episode of something happen and you don't believe me and it'll be over with.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live with nobody like that. I don't want to be around nobody like that. I have a lot.
You want to speak and be believed. That's the key.
And right now, my credibility is zero right now. Unless I got all innocent papers in my hand. And sometimes people say that ain't good enough. They still rather have a drama than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that. You see what I'm saying? So this is a lot of pressure right here on myself. It ain't on you because you can move on. But I don't want nobody to be uncomfortable if they can't believe what I say. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to do that. Like I said, I told you, like I told you, I said, they trying to turn my business father. You ain't heard nothing I said. Nothing I said. You didn't hear nothing I said.
I heard that though. I heard she said that before we read it.
Yeah, because I know it ain't no financial crimes out there. Remember you said, hey, it's a credit card thing. I don't even use credit cards. No, my fucking debit card. Nobody don't even give me their credit card. None of that made no fucking sense to me.
He said her credit card number on the paper said her credit card number was in your bag. A copy of her numbers or her credit card was on your.
First of all, they're lying. They're lying, and I know better than that. Any transaction I do with anybody, I can remember very, very well because it's very few. So I know that. Okay, I'm a very detailed person. So what I will say this right here: I don't want to live a fake ass life. I done did that, done that. That means that I don't want to never do it again.
So I guess he was going to court the following week, and maybe he was thinking again he was getting ready to get out. But newsflash, he didn't. Okay, so newsflash. 6 months later, Still in jail, okay? Because I don't know what he was thinking. Did he think that he was getting out? No, no, not on that occasion. So that's yeah.
I don't want to live like that. I
Yeah.
live on both sides of the fence. So my thing is, you can't listen to what I'm saying. I got to tell you the truth. If you don't want to listen to that and you don't believe, I don't want you around me if you feel any kind of doubt. I told you, you're very intelligent. I can't put nothing over you. That's dumb. That's stupid. That's not going to help me. And you too. I might not say shit, but it's not my place to say something every time you do something. I'm not going to do that. Because you need your own space as well. I'm not going to crowd your space. If I don't like it, fuck it. I ain't going to do that. That's not me. So what I'm saying to you is that if you're with me, you're with me. You ain't, you ain't. If you're gonna love me, keep loving me, love me. Don't do all that wishy-washy like you told me. Don't just start backing off now. Don't start backing off. Well, I told you the truth. I said, get out of my head because you know it exactly where my mind was at. I told you the truth. I don't have nothing to hide at all. I ain't gonna play. I know you say you love me. I ain't got to die by myself. I know that. I ain't gonna
He is such a bum.
worry about that part. So it is what it is. And I do not remind you of your fucking daddy. So stop saying this shit. I don't like that. I don't like that shit.
I know, right?
I
I
don't
do
like
not
that
remind
shit.
you of your right.
I don't like that. You know I don't like that because see, your dad way worse than what I got going on. Way worse. Way worse. But I like his hustle. He did whatever he had to do. He took care of his kids at the time. Now, when y'all got grown, I can't vouch for that.
Guys, let me read these two comments. It's the worser for me. It's way worser. Wow. Sonya was raised shady. Her whole family. She deaf was more attracted to him after this. Yeah, she's sick. She's sick. Something's wrong with her. And Christopher, thank you. Pimp talk, believe all my words, not your eyes. Okay. A mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. I did have an interesting comment. I'll read it when we're done. Let me find it. But I had an interesting comment, which maybe some of this stuff we know, most of it, but it just, someone was in the comments. Okay. Let's keep going.
Before you got kids, y'all young. I'm good at it. You know what my son told me? He say he might not got what he got right now, trying to help me without, but he got that vision that he never forgot how he growed up with me. And he said, man, I know that's not you. I know what kind of man you is. He didn't have to fluff it. These conversations that him and I had personally. So what I'm saying is that made me feel good because sometimes you can doubt your own fucking self. People can make you doubt yourself. And for you going to get that shit done, that eased my mind all the way around. So I'm good with that. I just got to be patient. So like I said, I don't have to. Love is a hard word for me. That's a very hard word for me. Yes, it is. So I don't tell everybody I fucking love them because to me that's a hard word there. It's very hard. So it is what it is. A lot of people say a lot of things to do what they got to do. And one thing I will say, and I'm gonna go back to the wife. She did explain this shit to me. She said when you start getting around these type of people, everybody gonna come at you. A different type of crowd. And she was right. She was motherfucking right. She said they're gonna try to use me, and they're gonna use you. Right.
I wonder what type of people she was talking about. Who's she?
Trying to use to get what they try to get their own life set apart from what they got going on. This is a fucking school teacher. What the fuck I'm supposed to be fucking around with a school teacher? Think about it. So I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people say a lot of things try to get back. You know what they said? Oh, they got $1 million scam. You know what I'm say? Hey, everybody called me and think I'm finna pay some debt off that ain't even been deaded out. That's a sad situation.
Yeah, he ain't even the only person that's got. It's only if you add up everything they talking about, 10,000, and then that the school teacher was like maybe $5,000, and then a $9,000 check to that trailer place, and then the business partner with 70,000, and then the 20,000 cash. That's still only $100,000.
Thank you.
Oh, so he's calling Bickham a business partner rather than Erica Kang. I thought he was referring to Erica Kang. So he's talking about Gail Bickham. Interesting that he called her a business partner. Okay.
Maybe 130.
Thank
It still ain't nowhere near what's the name? And then like I said, all that stuff they was talking about with the school teacher with that shit, you know.
Oh, you gotta put
Again,
that.
that's
You gotta put that.
all of that is civil. I mean, all of that is civil.
I know it is.
All of that is civil. I mean, if we in the situation and now you want your money back, you know, and some people get like that when shit ends, they be Indian giving and saying, well, you owe me this and you owe me that because because it didn't work out or whatever, because they want their shit back. Then now it's the problem. And girls love 911 when they
we're just
mad
gonna
at somebody.
overlook that
That's
she's
who
an
they go
Indian
to.
giver. She's
My
a
sister was
weirdo.
good. Both my sisters love 911. When they get mad at a dude, that be they go
Okay.
to. 911, and they, oh, he got a gun, he got a this, he did this. But no, he didn't lie like that.
So her family, just the girls certified ops. Okay, they love 911 in her family.
Mad, just a lie.
I mean, but the phone cut off. I'm gonna love you as long as you want me to love you. I'm gonna be around you as long as
Oh
you want
God,
me.
Nesto,
Yeah,
please.
I've already showed you that and told you that. I've told you that. You show me as well. So it is what it is. I don't need you because I'm in here. It's fine. I thank you for all that. But that shit don't mean nothing to nobody if they're not feeling it. Straight up. I don't do. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing. I'm not in it. So right now I'm good. I'm straight what I got. I'm a fighter. I don't give up. And what you showed me is straight bullshit. Now I just got to figure this shit out. And which I have already.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, all that shit is like that's reaching. Everything they said was reaching, and then they need to specify. What the lawyer got to specify is what machine or what thing they found these pictures on, and then they have to even say that it was your device that had it, or was it that device you got used, the computer that was at the pawn shop, and then and then again too, and you got to prove that those are actual kids, because nowadays it's just if you said that's my shit, okay, I don't think so, because I know I don't do shit like that. I ain't that freaky. But are those fucking kids?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they got to figure that shit out. You got to go to trial and be like, y'all got to go find a resource on that shit. Make sure y'all find out the source of that. Get the kid, get their ID, find out what school they go.
You know what? She's so disgusting. Some of those kids are dead. I'm just gonna say it. Child pornography is, I mean, after they use up some of these kids, they've been stolen, they've been trafficked, and they're used, and oftentimes they end up um somewhere and the families never even find them. I mean, that's what we know about prostitution and child trafficking. Okay, so what is she even talking about? She's such a dummy. She really is. She's so ignorant.
Man, that shit ain't like that.
After they use up these kids, they throw them away. It's like people, and I don't want to say it's like dog fighting, but it's the same type of thing. People who trade people as a commodity, they're not thinking like us, okay? They don't have the same mindset. There are people out here that look at people as a asset or commodity and they don't care, okay? And those are the people who are out here trading and trafficking people. Okay, it's different levels to it, but when you get on a level like what there's been depicted in this man's computer, allegedly, or let's say the device, because they never disclosed what device it was. Sonya has said 1,000,001 times a computer. Okay, it could be the phone. Okay, she doesn't know. But these people who trade people out here, it's a very dangerous situation. And once you're used, once you're damaged, once you're hurt, um, it's done. It's done. You're done. Some of these kids disappear. They never, when you walk into Walmart and you look to the left and you see that board with all those missing children's faces, that's real. Those are someone's babies not coming home. And some of those kids are showing up on these type of computers. Okay? That's what that it's not nothing. And the fact that Sonya is sitting there trying to justify or come up with a reason, she's absolutely disgusting. She's awful. She's a horrible person. And I think she's a very dangerous woman. And I wouldn't even you saw how she did her own grandchild. I don't know what that what like boy, girl, what, but we know she was sitting there talking to Nesto. This baby was crying. She went and ran the baby up the hall. The baby was getting no comfort. The baby wasn't getting any bottle, no food, no nothing, no attention. But she was busy talking to this fool on the phone.
That shit ain't nothing like that. That ain't even my MO like that. That's not even.
I know that. I'm talking about to prove. First, they gotta prove when that shit was downloaded and all that type of shit, and if it was in your possession. You know, because again, you're not on the computer like that.
Thank
you.
you.
You're not computer literate
Everybody
like
know
that.
that shit.
Right, you real old school when it comes to computers. The only thing you would look on the computer is a fucking RV and you know, something like that. That'd be like the extent of your computer you know, technology know-how. You're not
It's just amazing to me how she thinks she knows him so well and is like, you're not on the computer like that. How do you know him so well when you say you've never been around him that much? Like, how do you know all these things? It just it's giving accomplice, okay? It's giving accomplice to me. Like, how do you know him so well? Okay? Why do you know so much? Okay? Like it's very strange that you are I mean, are you just capping? Sonya was yes, okay. I wanted to make sure I read that comment. Um, y'all, it's I'm glad we did this in parts because tomorrow maybe we don't even have to go through back through this again. She's absolutely disgusting, and I cannot believe she's like a girl mom. And boys get trafficked too. We know this, but it's just unfortunate that she is so not a woman. Okay. She's not a real woman. And I'm going to say that on the fact that she doesn't even, there's nothing in her dialogue that even that's pro woman. Nothing, nothing. Everything is a tear down of another woman to make it okay for whatever he did, whether it's him having four women and nothing about Shirley. Okay. You're doing a lot to have a wife. Like, okay, I mean, she could care less about the wife. It's just you're doing a lot. And then no sooner does he start to get a little aggressive with her, she starts backing down and justifying. She is legit certified damaged goods, and she really doesn't care. She really doesn't care. And all she wants is this guy, and she wants to separate him from anything or anyone that is that can offer like she wants to be his help, but at the end I mean we already know how this has turned out, right?
really
He's
that
still in
person.
jail.
Now that's why you have your daughters and them around, because they're the ones that get the computer for you, do everything for you. So to sit there and try to be able to find shit like that.
It's not even that she just runs. She talks so much she like runs into a brick wall and then keeps driving through. It's like she's driving a damn bulldozer. She bulldozers the conversation. He can't this conversation's about his life and she won't shut the fuck up.
You can't just find child easily because
now this is her putting the nails in the coffin, guys. If you hadn't listened to anything, listen to this. She's going to go into a whole entire Easter speech about how hard child pornography is to find. And I'm going to just say this, but somehow it ended up on your boo thing's computer. Okay. It's real hard to find.
So you go to jail for that shit. So it's not accessible. It's some type of backdoor dark web shit.
Right.
That's how that shit is. That child pornography is not.
And he agrees to it. So she says it's backdoor dark web stuff and it's very hard to find. And he agrees. Dummy.
Accessible easily at all. Not at all. I've never ever seen it, and I've never stumbled across it or ever wanted to. But I know for a certainty that in law that I've dealt with, that's one thing that's not easily accessible, and you gotta have really good computer knowledge or have some rights in order to pull some shit up like that. You know, that's not something you can just Google naked girl.
Well, according to the report, it was giving collector. That's what they stated on the report, that the images in the series of photos that he had specifically was giving collector. Okay. So whether he's the collector or whomever on whatever device, it was giving collector, somebody who's a purveyor and a collector. They didn't say purveyor. I'm just gonna say it because if he acquired it, then you would be a purveyor, right? So collect that it's giving collection. Okay. It's giving an array. It's giving 34 images. Okay. Specifically, they did analysis of 4.
You know, make it children and animals. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, you know.
You need to keep this one thing. Don't fucking give up on me. You know, motherfucker give up on me. Oh man, I shouldn't have did that shit. Oh man, I know you're gonna do it. I don't want to deal with that shit when it come down to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know that right now. You better keep your love strong as you can for me as best way you can. That's the best thing I can tell you right now.
Okay, fine, no problem. I'll have no problem.
So he's saying, don't do it because you're going to regret it. Because when I get out of here, you're going to be wanting to come back. Because they always, you know how he's been low key giving her, they always want to come back speech. They always regret leaving me.
I'm doing that. You keep it 100% with me, honest.
Okay, wait. You need to keep yourself together. Because this is. No, straight up. You need to keep yourself together, man, because this is a motherfucker right here. This is something else.
I already read the shit. I mean, they can go to court and try to lie to kind of, you know, support their statements, of course. But again, like I said, it's still civil. It's not criminal. Even if you said
I wish she would shut up with this. It's still civil.
all of it has happened the way it happened.
Man,
that's still civil. That's not criminal. Y'all had an ongoing situation. Y'all sleeping together. Y'all rubbing on each other, spending the night. That's civil. That's not criminal.
Let me make you laugh.
And it was over a year.
How many times does he have to say, let me make you laugh, let me make you laugh, let me make you laugh? It's like, shut up.
Of dealing with each other. It wasn't no 1 month. You know, I met him online type shit. You know, and I got scammed. Like, they do that now.
Yeah, but I one thing for sure. I'm gonna tell you one. I ain't gonna act arrogant. I ain't gonna get arrogant. I'm 1,000% sure that I know I'm good. I know this. Definitely for what you read from me today, I'm perfect. Don't fall. If you all you gotta do is look
at it. It just amazes me why you keep trying to say,
what you say?
You don't want no bond. I'm looking at the charges like, what kind of bullshit is this? People get out of jail for way worse than this.
I mean, for a whole entire year, she's been saying this. Don't you think he knows that by now? He knows. Why do you keep rubbing it in? Why do you feel like you got to keep saying it? We know.
You had a relationship with a girl and she kept giving him money and you trying to hold him in jail for that? What the fuck is that?
Hey, if I'm finna cut out, I love you very much.
No, don't you very much.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Girl, now it's I love you very much. You got to be kidding me. It's ridiculous. Okay. I wanted to read you guys a comment, but then when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I was thinking of something else. So that was my bad on that comment. I don't even know what to say. That was crazy. Sonya is very much of a pick me. She's very much an enabler. I think Nesto really could very much be in trouble. I don't know. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if the prosecutor or if someone at the prosecutor's office had a link to phone calls from prison from tonight in their inbox already. Okay. Because if they hadn't listened to it, they're busy over there. I wouldn't be surprised if someone has sent the link like, hello, I'm bubbling this up for you. Because that's just how severe it is. And I don't know if Hannah is aware what her like how much this man is out here freestyling on these phones. It's like, how is she able to do her job trying to defend you, excuse me, and create a defense or create some sort of way out of no way when you have painted yourself into a corner and you expect this woman to make miracles for you and you don't have a dime? This is crazy. You know, I feel like she has stopped trying to be a lawyer, but she does all her scope of understanding is everything is civil. Everything is civil. You got a problem with me, everything is civil. Everything is civil. Everything is civil. Everything is a lawsuit. Everything is not a lawsuit. And Nesto thinking he's going to get out and recoup some of his money or what he thinks is his money because people have been speaking on his case. He's a nut job. Okay. Um, let's see. In Nesto's head, they always want to come. Girl, nobody wants him. Um, Shirley, thankfully, has not. I mean, Shirley did the right thing by not speaking up and speaking out because this guy is awful. And I think that if did I see someone named Pygmesia? Oh, someone said that. I thought I saw. Oh, Pickaninny Durham. It's a mess. She's having him incriminate himself. She is. She is. That whole conversation about CP was bad news. Okay? Bad, 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 bad. Anyway, we'll get into the first part tomorrow. This was like very draining. And this was a long series of calls. I was surprised. It was good. I enjoyed the calls tonight. It was an hour and a half, but it kind of went fast, but it was kind of just like, oh my God. Whew. Anyway, I'm glad we went through these last call number 3 and 4 and my God, it's crazy. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening and I think I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I'm so tired. I'm going to get some rest so I can be fresh for tomorrow. Um there's no Erica was in Fulton County. There's a lot of people who want to hear Erica calls, but she was in Fulton County. Fulton does not put out calls. She was not in Cobb. So there's no Eric. If whatever calls Erica made in Fulton County are not for us, we can't get those. So that would be good to hear, but there are none. Yeah. And yeah, I would love to hear those too. I would love the visits. I would love the visits, the video visits. But I don't know if those are available. Let me see something. Oh my God. Y'all, sorry, it's not you guys, it's me. Let me see. It's new puppy problems. I mean, we just started to be able to sleep through the night, but let me see. Video inmate okay. So incident reports, arrest records, accident reports, jail incidents, mugshots, booking reports, internal affairs, electronic messages, personnel records, contracts, video records. I don't think video records. I don't know what they mean by video records. Inmate phone calls. I wonder inmate visits. I don't see anything about inmate visits. It's inmate phone calls. Hmm. Yeah, nothing on Cobb County. The offerings, video records. Huh. I don't know that that's what we think it is. Anyway, I'm gonna ask. I mean, just so I can clarify what that means. But anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm like this was this was fun. You guys are amazing. If you haven't hit the like button yet for me, Lambo is he's so sweet. He's just so awesome. I'll he's made lots of progress in just the last few days. I'll take some more pictures tomorrow. If you are new here and you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure your notifications are set. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so if you enjoy this content. I'll be live tomorrow, I'm sure, and we'll talk about call 1 and call 2. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and that's it, guys. I'm like, my brain is like, oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys take care. Thanks for coming through. Thank you for all of the cash apps. Thank you for the support. Thank you for those who are new members. Thank you to the sis who gifted 5 Bougie Gang with memberships tonight. That is the gift that keeps on giving. So I hope that you guys enjoy. There's some member only content in there for you, or content maybe you've seen but you haven't seen, like the uncut, where you just haven't seen the uncut. So that is there. There are some documents posted. I will post some more. Also, some things that I can't put on YouTube, I will have another location for all of that. I should be able to announce that either tomorrow or Monday, where you'll be able to find those items, and the deep dives that can't come onto YouTube just because of sensitivity to addresses and all of those things. It's not to dox or anything like that, because oftentimes some of the information is no longer valid. But I just have to be careful because, I'd rather not have to explain. So you guys get it. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Walk it like I talk it. 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 Walk it like I talk it.